Hey guys, Red here. Welcome to the only channel where you can fly pigs, but kites are illegal. This is a game called Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Um, as far as I know, this is like the third installment of their series from Tail Worlds. Tail Worlds? I think it's Tail Worlds. Um, it's based like in case you don't know, it is like a medieval kind of esque game. This one takes place, if I'm correct, it's like 200 years prior to War Banner or War, yeah, Warband. My bad. Mountain Blade Warband. Honestly, this one is just it's similar extremely in some ways, but very very different. If you don't know or never really touched the series, and I mean this is the first thing that's gonna be on my channel, but I feel like it should be solely for the fact that it has it has held a special place in my heart ever since someone has showed it to me. I have loved it. It scratches that itch I have for like medieval games. Um, and I'm gonna be making a character that I've always wanted to make, but I never get around to, or I just kind of get away from it. Because I always wind up making the whole sword and shield and Templar kind of build, or use a two-hander sword. Um, but I've always wanted to make like an archer, like a ranged combatant with just a straight sword, maybe no shield. I'm also not going to start off as a noble like I might in other games. I've played this a little bit. I've played it for about 20 hours. So I've got a little bit of experience with this one now. Not much. I'm still kind of learning some of the games here and there. Like I said, it's different in some ways. Um, Obviously, I love the game series. I love everything they've done, and this game they've taken everything that was really good about the other games and just kind of expanded on it. Some things I'm iffy on. I don't quite know how it's gonna work, like how things work for the most part. Like in the other games, you would have castle sieges, and you would actually go into the game and fight people, storm the castle, go up like ladders or whatever, and defeat the enemy. So far in this one, I've just seen something different. It seems to take place on the actual like area map. You'll probably see it later on. I've also not my other game I've played on this. I was playing as the Empire. One second. And I'm not going to do that this time. Um, I might make another gameplay maybe, but I might also try to roleplay this a little bit. We'll see. Uh, I'm not that good at that, but we'll try that out. So, like I said, I've already made a game, so I'm just gonna make a new character. Um, so here we go, campaign. Okay, so here we have the culture for your character. Like I said, last time I went the Empire. The Coloradian Empire is in decline. Even before the murder of the Emperor, I cannot pronounce that name. I will not attempt to. Uh, the once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war. Yet, Coloradians endure. They are technologically more advanced than their neighbors, and their mastery of engineering is not just evident in their aqueducts, beautiful architecture, and massive city walls. It also makes them experts in siege warfare. As you can see, you get the bonus for different I say races, different cultures get different bonuses. So if the Empire, you have 20% construction speed bonus to town projects, wall repairs, and siege engines. You have the Sturgeons, um, descendants of the foreign tribes in the northern Coradia. As the empire expanded into their cold forest, they found that a ready market for luxurious furs of woodland animals, whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgeon chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of Nord mercenaries who migrated into the realm. They were good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and plunder. If I'm correct, the Nord mercenaries to speak of were actually, or were at one point something in the game called Sea Raiders or something similar to that. But they settled down and became, yeah. You gain 20% less penalty from snow. That's always good, but I mean, we probably won't be entering the snow that often. Then you have the Asari, inhabitants of the desert, mixture of nomadic Bedouin and settled oasis farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of learning of many lands, especially medicine gained from lying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, they become a major force in the south. Caravans are 30% cheaper to build, 10% less penalty for trade. Excuse me again. Sorry. You have the Kuzits. I'm sorry. I am horrible when it comes to pronouncing certain things. So bear with me on this. If I'm saying it wrong, just hate me for it. Confederation of steppe tribes, used to live under nomadic life, but have recently settled down in the eastern frontier of the empire and are slowly transitioning into an agrarian society with permanent town centers. Despite this, they still retain many aspects of their nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted archery, shooting, and then galloping out of reach. 10% extra speed bonus for horsemen on the campaign map, which is like the world map. These are basically like your the Mongols, pretty much, kind of dudes. Then you have the Battanians. They still remember the olden ways when the woods stretched across northern Colradia and the Empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. Fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going to battle, and even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. Forests give 10% less speed penalties to parties, which is always good because there's a good bit of forests once you get in the game. I don't really know what you'd call these guys. I guess maybe like the early Scottish or something, maybe, because this is kind of like a Roman-esque. The Empire kind of turns out to be a little bit like Roman-esque in nature. But we're gonna go the Vladians. Why? Because I am a medieval scrub. They're descendants of adventurers from the West who lived under the Empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of the imperial authority, they have evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. 20% more upgrade XP to troops from battles, which will be handy for me, but hopefully I don't run out of money. Because you have to pay troops and stuff. So yeah, we'll go Vladians. So next. And here we have my beautiful, beautiful man. As you can see over here, you can be of the Famal persuasion, but anyways, no, we're gonna be a guy. Chest hair. So all we can do here is you can do change. I'll probably make my character and then kind of jump back to it so you can see what he looks like when I am done. So I don't know, I might leave that in. We'll see. So I'm gonna make my guy. So this is our guy that we're playing as. I've not come up with a name for him just yet, but we'll see. Okay, so here you have what family you were born into. So you have the bearer entertainers. These are basically the nobles of the group. Your father was a bailiff for a local feudal magnate. He looked after his liege's estates, resolved disputes in the village, and helped train the village levy. He rode with the Lord's cavalry, fighting as an armored knight. You gain 10 skill level and 1 focus point to riding and polearm, 1 attribute point to social. Depending on what you pick, you get different bonuses, kind of like the other thing. Up here we have vigor, control, endurance, cunning, social, and intelligence. Again, picking which one, obviously affects those. But again, we're gonna try not to be a noble right off the bat. We'll try to work our way up the social ladder probably. Um, so you have the urban merchants. Your family were merchants in one of the main cities of the kingdom. They organized caravans to nearby towns, were active in the local merchants. Again, this game is in early access. Keep in mind, this kind of stuff happens. Like, I already had the problem where my game crashed the other day. Um, After I beat a large army, it just crashed on me, and yeah. Weird things happened right after the crash, though. You gain 10 skill level and 1 focus point to trade and charm, 1 attribute point into intelligence. Also, I do kind of ramble a bit. Sorry about that. Your family were small farmers. This is Yemen. Just enough land to feed themselves and make a small profit. People like them were the pillars of the kingdom's economy as well as the backbone of the levy. You gain 10 skill level and 1 focus point to polearm and crossbow. And 1 point to endurance. I might go that because the crossbow part. Because like I said, we're making a ranger character. Your family owned a small smithy in the city. Your father played an active minor role in the town council and also served in the militia. You gain 10 skill level to 1 and 1 focus point, smithing, and 2-handed, and your vigor point gets 1 attribute. This is for urban blacksmith hunters. Your family lived in a village but did not own their own land. Instead, your father supplemented paid jobs with long trips in the wood, hunting, and trapping, always keeping a wary eye on the Lord's game wardens. You gain 10 skill level, 1 focus point, scouting, crossbow, and attribute to cunning. So we might also go this. Your father joined one of Lydian's many mercenary companies, composed of men who got such a taste of war in their lowered surface that they never looked well to peace. Their crossbowmen were much valued across Calradia. Your mother was a camp follower, taking you along in the wake of bloody campaigns. You gained 10 skill level and 1 focus point to roguery and crossbow, and 1 point to control. We'll go ahead and go this one because I kind of like the idea of of this guy being a mercenary. He's going to be very blunt, very straight to the point. Rogue point. So we'll go with mercenaries. And so now we get to choose what we were like in our early childhood. Again, the same thing as always. You pick it and it does this. As a child, you were noted for your leadership skills. If the pup gang of your early childhood had an alpha, it was definitely you. All the other kids followed your lead as well, or as you decided what to play and where to play, and led them in games of mischief. 10 skill level and 1 focus point to leadership and tactics, 1 attribute point to cunning. Brawn, you were big, and the other children looked to have you around in any scrap, with children from a neighboring village. You pushed a plow and throw an axe like an adult. You gain 1 focus point or 200 in throwing and 1 point to vigor. Attention to detail. You were quick on your feet and attentive to what was going on around you. Usually you could run away from trouble, though you could give a good account of yourself in a fight with other children if cornered. You gain focus point to athletics and one-handed, and you gain a control point. Attribute for aptitude for numbers, my bad. Most children around you only had the most rudimentary education, but you lingered after class to study letters and mathematics. You were fascinated by the marketplace, weights and measures, tallies and accounts, the chatter about profits and losses. That's something I never actually quite noticed, but I kind of thought about. The fact that education is kind of neat in this, I guess you could say. I was always kind of wondering like how people could, if people were actually like reading and stuff, but I'm guessing only certain people, like back in the medieval days, only certain people could, unless you were taught. Your way with people, obviously, still have to be taught. You were always attentive to other people, good at guessing their motivations. You studied how individuals were swayed, and you tried out what you learned from adults on your friends. You gained control, focus to charm, leadership, and point to social. Your skill with horses. You were always drawn to animals and spent as much time as possible hanging out in the village stables. You could calm horses and were sometimes called upon to break in new cults. You learned the basics of veterinary arts, much of which is applicable to humans as well. You get writing and medicine, and an attribute to endurance, which are decently good. Um, we're probably going to go this one for aptitude to detail. Um, Silly because, again, we're archers, which is long range. Our guy is paying attention to details around him, and he's also so he's a little bit more stealthy. Um, mm, yeah. So that's my reasoning. Shut up. So in adolescence, look at him. He's growing up. In growing up, you spent most of your time at the town watch training ground. You watch the town's watch practice shooting with perfect their plans to defend the walls in case of a siege. You gain point to crossbow tactics and point to control. Alley gangs. The gang leader who kept watch over the slums of Coloradian cities were always in need of poor youth to run messages and backed them up in turf wars. Like thrill-seeking merchant sons and daughters sometimes slummed it in their company as well. You gain 1 point to focus, roguery, and one-handed. You gain a point in cunning. At the docks and building sites. All towns had their share of projects that were constantly in need of both skilled and unskilled labor. You learned how hoists and scaffolds were constructed, how planks and stones were hewn and fitted with other skills. You gain a point to athletics, smithing, and vigor. Markets and caravanserais? I don't know how to pronounce that. Forgive me for that one. You worked in the marketplace selling trinkets and drinks to busy shoppers. Focus point to trade, charm, and social. Reading and studying. Your family scraped up the money for rudimentary schooling, and you took full advantage, reading voraciously on history, mathematics, and philosophy, and discussing what you read with the tutor and classmates. Focus point to engineering, leadership, and intelligence. Working at the stables. You were employed as a hired hand at the town stables. The overseers recognized that you had a knack for horses, and you were allowed to exercise them and sometimes were even break in new steeds. Focus point to riding, steward, and endurance. We're going to go with town's watch. So, youth. As a youngster growing up in Colorado, war was never too far away. You trained with the cavalry. You could never have brought the equipment on your. You could never have bought the equipment on your own, but you were a good enough rider that the local lord lent you a horse and equipment. You joined the armored cavalry, training with the lance. Stood guard with the garrisons. Urban troops spent much of their time guarding the town walls. Most of the training was in the missile weapons, especially useful during sieges. Focus point to crossbow engineering and intelligence. Rode with the scouts. All of Claudia's kingdoms recognized the value of good light cavalry, and you were sure to recruit nomads and borderers with the skill to fulfill those duties. You were a good enough rider that your neighbors pitched in to buy you a small pony and a sheaf of javelins so you could fulfill their levy obligations. Focus point to riding, bow, and endurance. Trained with the infantry. Levy armed with spear and shield drawn from small-holding farmers have always been the backbone of most armies in Coradia. Polearm, one-handed, and vigor points. Skirmishers. Younger recruits, or those of a slighter build, or those, I just hit my desk and everything shook, or those too poor to buy shield and armor, tend to join the skirmishes, fighting with bow and javelin. They try to stay out of reach of the main enemy forces. Focus point to throwing, one-handed, and control. If y'all don't want to watch any of this, I know I've been rambling a lot about this kind of stuff, and going through all these, but if for those of you who want to watch this and want to know what all these are, I'm kind of going through it. You avoided service with one of the main forces of your realm's armies, but followed instead of the train, the troops' wives, lovers, and servants, and all those who make their living by caring for, entertaining, or cheating the soldiery. Roguery, throwing, and attributes to cunning. So, probably go scouts or skirmishers. Scout, because you get a bow. So here's a guy. Young adulthood. Before you set out for your life adventure, your biggest achievement was defeat an enemy battle. Not everyone who musters For the levy marches to war, and not everyone who goes on campaign sees action. You did both, and you also took down an enemy warrior in a direct one-to-one combat in the full view of your comrades. Focus to one-handed and two-handed. Attribute points to vigor, +1 valor, +20 renown, which is always good to have. You led a successful manhunt. Your community needed to organize a posse to pursue horse thieves, and you were the obvious choice. You hunted down the raiders, surrounded them, and forced them to surrender, and took back your stolen property. Tactics, leadership, cunning, calculating, and renown. Invested money in a workshop. Your parents didn't give you much money, but they did leave you just enough for you to secure a loan against a larger amount to build a small workshop. You paid back what you borrowed and sold your enterprise for a profit. Skill point to trading, smithing, intelligence, calculating, and 10 renown. Survived a siege. Your hometown was briefly placed under siege, and you were called to defend the walls. Everyone did their part to repulse the enemy assault, and everyone was justly proud of what they endured. Point to crossbow, control, and renown. 5 points to run. I'm going to go with this one, but for anyone who wants to know, you had a famous escape or escapade. Maybe it was a love affair, or maybe you cheated at dice, or maybe you just chose your words poorly when drinking with a dangerous crowd. Anyways, you got into the kind of trouble from which only a quick tongue or quick feet get you out alive. You get a point to athletics, roguery, and endurance. You also gain 1 valor and 5 renown. You treated people well. You were just a nice person all around. Yours wasn't the kind of reputation that local legends are made of, but it was the kind that wins you respect among those around you. You were constantly fair and honest in your business dealings and helpful to those in trouble. In doing so, you had a sense of what made people tick. Charm, stewards, social. +1 mercy, generosity, and honor. +5 renown. We'll go with the siege, because our guy survived the siege during, well, yeah. So, story background. Like many families in Caladia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your 2 younger siblings to a new town you'd heard of was safer, but you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Damn you, raiders! Your parents were slain and your 2 youngest siblings were seized. But you and your brother survived because I stabbed him in the toe. Hold on. Subdued a raider. You were able to grab a knife in confusion of the attack and stabbed a raider blocking your way. Drove all up with arrows. You grabbed a bow and sent a few hours the raiders away. They took cover while giving you the opportunity to flee. You were off on a fast horse. Jumping on the 2 remaining horses at the inn's burning stable, you and your brother broke out, circling the raiders, and rode off. You tricked the raiders. In the confusion of the attack, you shouted that someone had found treasure in the back room, then made your way out of the undefeated entrance with your brother. You organized the travelers to break out. You encouraged a few travelers in the end to break out in a coordinated fashion. Raiders killed or captured most, but you and your brother were able to escape. I'll go with the arrows. So, here we get to name our guy. I'm going to use a randomly generated name, just because. I'm too lazy to actually come up with one. Karsten sounds good. This is Karsten. Yeah, so I'll probably play the tutorial here. So here's the game difficulty stuff. I'm gonna do, for me, reduce damage, because dying constantly is not fun. Combat difficulty is gonna be normal, because I gotta give myself some kind of trouble. Normally I don't allocate my clan members perks and stuff because I'm too lazy, but we'll just do it for now, because, you know. Okay, so here we have the, this is like a training area, but this is in Nogan. My brother. Brother, it's been 3 days now and we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happened when we catch them. How are we going to rescue Varric and Alda? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spar with some time and brush off our skills. The practice should come in handy. The practice could come up useful when we catch up with those raiders. I'm gonna run the course. I need to know if I can fight if I have to. So I'm gonna continue the tutorial. Let's go then. Play the comic. Okay, so I'm gonna play the tutorial just for a second to show you kind of what it's like. Let's zoom in. This is fast as you can go. There's also a walk speed, so yeah. Here's where you normally like do hand to hand. Here's the horse one. I'm just gonna quickly show you a little bit real quick. So, okay. So I'm gonna quickly run through this. Again, if you don't want to watch this, I'll put a link in the description. So the entire thing for this is, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not the best shot. I never claimed to be. So this game is actually really good. I'm still getting used to having to talk. Like the older games were always kind of like more polygonal, I guess, if that's the best term. So when I started playing this one, you can see the beautiful fucking fields and all this, and it's just, this game looks a lot better, and you can tell they put a lot more work and time into it than the other games. Then again, the other games were older. So for what they were, even back then, like even today, they're still decent. Still really fun to play. I really recommend these games. Even the older ones, just so you could just get a, kind of a feel for it. Plus the older ones already have mods. This one's still in new, like I said, it's in early access, so there's not really any mods for the most part. At least not that I know of. One of the oldest game that I know of has like a Star Wars one that's really fun. So, yeah. To get off your horse, you just look down and hold down. Okay, so, yeah, I'm stealing the bow. Oh, I want the bow. So, I'm not going to do all those. I just wanted to kind of get you a quick example of how things are going to work, but you'll see more later. Nogand. I'm ready. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Waiting for the game. Okay. So, screw this. Before we do anything else, we're low on food. There's a village north of here where we can buy provisions and find some help. You're a better writer than I, so I'll let you lead the way. Let's go. Here's the town. Like I said, fuck tutorials. Like I said, I already know how to play the game. I'm just kind of getting y'all a little bit of a taste for it real quick. So here's the first town. Obviously we have refugees over here, refugees over there. So quickly just gotta do this real quick. And here is the world map. I'll probably go in more depth on who is who. But for now I'm just gonna go to the tutorial. Continue on with the tutorial. Sorry guys. But again, duty calls. Headman Seamnen. Yeah, so you have two options over here. The other games don't really have these. It's just a whole screen. Which I really love this, because you can still see stuff around you. You can also see like what the farm produce, like what the towns produce over here. So you have take a walk around, or something I didn't figure out until later on was I could just go over and click this guy. So much easier. Oh. That's unfortunate. Anyways, it's still cool. It would do the same thing anyways. It would just pull me straight to the guy, and it makes the thing a lot easier. And I love it. So, no. I thought you said you didn't have a horse. I thought you said you didn't have a horse. We're here, I guess. So we need food, and after that, maybe some men to come with us. The headman here can probably help us. Let's try to find him. All right. I'll find him. Let me just use my powers of psychic. Yep, over there. Yes, so that's something else I love in this game is they added a feature where you can press like Alt, and it'll tell you where people are or notable things on the map, which helps out a lot. Otherwise, you'll just be walking to random people looking at their names. So I'm gonna hop off my horse. And something I do love is first person. So, Headman Simnon. I need to, no, I love that. Oh, get out of the way, Nogan. Move. Get the fuck out of here. Get out. You, I need to talk to you. I'm Sidmund, headmaster of this village. What brings you here? We need help. Some raiders have taken our younger brother and sister captive. We think they may have passed this way. You got your people too? Sorry to hear that. Those bastards have done a bit of killing and looting in these parts as well. We think they've gone north. I reckon there are a few folk around here who will join with you in going after them if you'll pay for their gear. Once you've made preparations, come and talk to me again. I may have a task for you if you're going after the raiders. So, yeah, so that was basically the quest. I can open the journal here. Recruit troops. I gotta recruit troops and purchase grain. And this cannot be done through him, but instead this is done from the campaign map. Obviously over here you have the buy products, and this opens up the trade menu. Over here you have your armor and your horse. Over here you have your weapons and shields and stuff. Down here is my weight. The weight for my guy, sorry. Over here you have the total weight of my party. I'll go into that later. Something else is also was really neat they added was you have a town clothes or civilian outfit, and you have battle gear. I really love they added that. That was a very nice touch, because in the other games you didn't have that. You just kind of had to switch clothes on the fly. So the game wants us to buy food, so we'll buy that. And recruit troops, and this is also neat because they show you what type of troops you have. It also shows if they have horses or not. These guys are all the most extreme basic, I guess. They're all level 21, and they get paid 8 gold. So we have to take them all. We have finished our preparations. Let's talk about the headman again. He said he may have a task for us. We could use his friendship. Like it matters. So now I can just click on the bastard. I'm glad to see you found what you needed. But about the matter I mentioned earlier. There's this wandering doctor who comes through here from time to time. Name of Tactius. Treats people for free. We're fond of him. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though wouldn't tell us more. He set off on the road just a few hours before the raiders came through here. Well, he's not really the worldly type, just that kind of fellow who'd stumble into a trap and let himself be captured. We're worried about him. If you can keep an eye out for him, this Tactios, we'd be very grateful. Maybe, if he's alive and well, he'll tell you a little more about his quest. Okay, so, I didn't realize on the horse. So yeah, he wants us to find the doctor who, we'll show you. I'll show you. My brother is ugly. Okay, so, now, as you see, we have different raiders. Quickly leave this. We're gonna go after this group because, fuck them in particular. Now, we go up here. You can see how many I have versus how many they have. So over here, obviously, I'm the attacking party, and they're the defending party. So let's attack. Okay, so as much as I want to play in first person, that's going to get very awkward for me. But anyways, so there's all the guys. They're on horses. Oh, they do have horses. Never mind. There's my brother. So let me just command and everyone charge. Yeah, that is something that I really love about this game is you can tell your guys, you can actually give them formation orders. Which is always really neat because you can You can actually make some really cool formations and stuff. Ow. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm a fucking idiot. I really need to play in third person. I'm sorry, guys. If you want me to play in first person, let me know. Yeah, let's go in close. Okay, actually going in close is a bad idea. Oh! Got one. Yeah, over on the left you can see how much damage I'm doing and how much damage my teammates are doing. Oh, don't kill him! I wanted him. Okay, good. They're running away. He's dead. I gained a level! Look at him. The beautiful bastard. Yeah, so, victory screen. We gained 0.8 renown, and I gained 0.9 morale, which is always good. As you can see, I lost no one, and they lost everyone. And, ooh, we got our first prisoners. Yes, prisoners. Mine. Oh, yeah. So over here we have new armor. Not as good as what I'm wearing. We didn't get what we needed from them. I'm going to speed things up. So let's go to the next guys. Alright, men. Prepare for battle. Today, they dine in hell. We don't, because we survived. So kill them all, please. Charge, man! Yeet. Aim. Ah, 81 damage. Okay, I'm gonna go in first person a little bit. Did you throw a rock at me? Okay, like I said, I'm an idiot when it comes to this game, so just bear that in mind. Whoop! Almost hit my own people. I am a terrible archer. This is a bad idea on my part, but you know what? This is gonna get me better at the game. Down in the corner you can see I have, like, how many arrows and stuff I have. Oop, teammate. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is, because I'm so shitty at archery right now, I have a limited, like, range. I can turn left and right when I'm aiming. Also, holding your bow for longer, as you can see, kind of fucks up your aim. So you have to make sure that when you're about to fire, you have to aim. But I'm going to buy a crossbow soon, as soon as I can, so I don't have that problem. Whoop. As you can see, I just shot a teammate. Friendly fire is a thing. I've turned it down because I don't want to kill my team. I might turn that up later if I get any comments or people that actually watch this. They want me to actually turn that on. I'll totally turn that up. I'll even turn the difficulty up. Maybe it'll be more fun to watch as I get slaughtered. Oh, I should have waited so you could. Oh, doesn't matter. This is a tutorial anyways. I lose everything I'm getting. I'm taking anyways. Force of habit. Ooh, more people. Come here. Yeah. All right, men. Charge. For the win. I didn't hit anyone. Oh yeah, first person. Like I said, if I get any actual people that watch this and they actually want me to go third person or first person, let me know. I shot him in the foot. I used to be a looter like you, and then I took an arrow to the back of the fucking leg. Oh, I am an idiot. Okay, so something else is I can always pick up my arrows if I need them, but I'm not hopping off my horse in the middle of combat. That's a good win. That's asking for death. Arrow. My guy is terrible. Just move out of my way. Ow! Oh, that was, my health. As you, okay, yeah, obviously over in the bottom corner, you have my health bar on top, my horse on bottom. If I had a shield, it would be a yellow bar on top. But like I said, my guy is going to be an archer. Hello there, handsome. Running. Okay. All the enemies not running, they're all dead, because at the top of it you can see. We have my bar on the left and theirs on the right. So, 8.8 renown, 0.9 morale. Here's everything if you want to see that. More prisoners. More good stuff. So I'm going to quickly put that on. And I'm going to put this on because it's better than what I'm using. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. Notification: you rescued several prisoners that the raiders had been dragging along. They looked parched and exhausted. You give them a bit of water and bread, and after a short while, one staggers to his feet and comes over to you. I don't know who you are, but I'm in your debt. These brigands would have marched us to our deaths. My name's Tactius. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on, well, a bit of a quest. But now I'm thinking I'm not really made for this kind of thing. I was with a caravan and they just came from the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd kept us alive if it was just for ransom. But then they started flogging us along at top speed. Without any water, I was just ready to drop. I don't know why I'm giving them like an accent like that, but fuck all of you. I could feel the sounds of heat stroke creeping up, and I told them that just flogging me, and they just flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, I would have died. I would have praised the Lord. I would have... Maybe I have a way to thank you properly. We're looking for 2 children captured by raiders. Can you tell us anything? Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I am not used to talking this long. It is killing my throat. Yeah. I'm afraid we haven't seen any children, but after our caravan was attacked, the chief of the raiders, the one they call Radigos, took and rode off with more valuable belongings, including the chest I had. He seemed to be controlling more than one band raiding around this area. If this lot has your kin, then I think he'd be the one to know. And since I have nothing of value left to repay your help, I'll tell you this. If you do catch up with and defeat that ruffian, you may well be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament, which I was told could be great value, if you knew where to sell it. I'm like changing his accent slowly as I go. I was trying to find out more about it, but as I say, I've had all my urge for traveling flogged out of me. Right out of me. Right down out of me, right there. Right now, I don't think I'd venture more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live. We'll keep that in mind. It doesn't look like much, and I suspect this lot would give it away for a few coins. But I got it from a mercenary whom I treated once, and swore it was related to Nerds' folly. Again, forgive me about names. I'm terrible at names in this game. I don't know what that means, except Nertries was, of course, the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you can find out its true value. Thanks for saving me again, partner. I hope our paths will cross again. Alright, go back to your time period, motherfucker. Oh. I wonder where the hideout is. It's over here, probably. No. As you can see, it's summer 1084. You have arrived at the hideout. We attack. So this is something else they've changed in this game. In the originals, you invaded and just sort of started going on a killing spree. In this one, you invade and go on a killing spree. And my guy is still slow as always. God damn, my guy is slow. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't rest, so my guy is still at, like, no health. They have legs. No, you can have that. I'll take this. Thank you. Never know when you'll need an axe. So, oh yeah, I turned it off, but there is a directional combat system. Really neat in this game. I should have showcased more in the tutorial, but this is the tutorial. My people are just going on ahead. I I'm sorry about this. I'll try to get better at this. I'm very bad at this game when it comes to being smirked. People, wait up! People, wait up! I'm coming! Oh, the good thing is I'm an archer, so I'm supposed to be in the back. Oh, my people are killing people at the corner. Yeet! I didn't hit anyone. And my people are about to win here in a minute. Let's see if I can snipe that dude. I'm gonna miss horribly. Yep, told you. But I hit my own people. I missed them too. I am the worst archer who have lived. Oh yeah, so here we have, this is something new they added. The badass groups walking together up to each other to talk. What? Oh! Y'all saw that, right? This is, Radigus. So, who's this that comes through my place of business killing my employees? Okay, what the fuck is with my face? I've never seen this happen before. We heard you took our little brother and sister. Where are they? Good heaven. I'll need a better description than that. My men have harvested. What is wrong with that face? Harvested dozens of little brats in this region. Quite good hunting grounds, if I do say so myself. Already sent most of them south to a slave market, I know though. Since your hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear off and save your own lives? Either that, or I force you to lick up all the blood you've spilled here with your tongues. Or, you and I could settle this one-on-one. Don't worry. As I said, our guy he's very honest, he's very straightforward and blunt. He's very honorable as well. So, yeah, fuck you, I don't care. Kill him! But we also know that, sometimes this is the better way of doing things. Oh, you've killed him. I want to do that. I want to do that. Okay, so we've gained 2.7 renown and total of 1.9 morale. Everyone's dead, except for us. Well, I recognize defeat when I see it. If I'm going to be your captive, let me introduce myself. I'm Radagos. You haven't cut my throat yet, which was a wise move. I'm sure I can find a way to be more worth to you alive than dead. You better help us get our brother and sister back, or you'll swing from a fucking tree. Oh, you'll need my help alright if you want to get them back. Alive, that is. See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion or drown in some river, that's it for your little dears. I don't expect a cozy planiquin? I'm guessing, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming, hold on. Hey Google. What's a palanquin? No, not that. No, not that. Hold on. Hey Google. What's a palanquin?
In India and the East, a covered litter for one passenger, consisting of a large box carried on 2 horizontal poles by 4 or 6 bearers.
Ah, that is what I thought. Thank you, Google. But you'd best not make it too hard of a trip for me. You come across a chest with an old piece of bronze in it. It's so battered and corroded that it could have been anything from a cup to a crown. This must be the chest Pactios mentioned to you. You had something to do with that had something to do with Nareed's folly. I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Arachnagos and his gang. I found this strange-looking metal piece, though. It doesn't look too valuable, but it could be an artifact. Tactios. was talking about it. Maybe we can sell it to one of the noble clans for a hefty price. Alright then, let's get on the road. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance if we were to split up. I'll take Ragnos and go find the slave market and look for a way to free the children. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better just to buy them. We need to have our purses full for that, though. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one. I don't want him getting away. So you want me to raise the money to ransom the little ones? Indeed. You'll have to find a way to do that. Maybe this Bronson can help. Tactios said it could be worth a fortune onto the right person. If you manage not to get killed, if he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value and know it can be sold. And one more thing. When you're talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you present yourself as someone from a distant but distinguished family. You can use our family name if you'd like, or make up a new one. It would be better chance of obtaining an audience with nobles, but it'd be easier for me to find you by asking around. Okay, so here we get our family name, and aka our clan name, which is a new feature in this game as well. It's basically a party group. You can change it any time you want. We'll go with Mortigan as our clan name for the time being. Because, and here we get to change our emblem. It'll be what's on our shield and what is on our flags. So, we'll just go with a nice,
For the Emperor!
I kind of like that. Okay, that really annoys me that it's not centered. That really annoys me. Why is that centered, but that's not? I have questions, game. I have a lot of questions. Okay, so, you know what? It's annoying me to enough to a point where I have to accept it. For colors, we are the light in the darkness. Actually, is there a torch? Hold on, is there a torch? Yeah, we'll be the light in the darkness. Why? Cheesiness. Like I said, I'll be if I get enough views and enough people actually decide to ask me to roleplay this more, we'll actually try to roleplay it more, or we can always just make a new character. We'll see about that. This video is already gonna be long. I might have to make it a two-parter. Actually, I probably won't even make a two-parter. Not really a torch. There's a candelabra-looking mother thing. We'll do that. We'll go with a nice blue. Or nice. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. We'll go with that. Ah! Notification. Tutorial's over. You're now free to explore Kelradia. AKA, we just took everything you just earned. So, basically the game just decided to kick me out and was like, here, now, we're not holding your hand anymore. Go do stuff. And that's going to end it for, episode 1. Those guys are taking the thing, I think. This is going to end it for the tutorial episode. When I come back, I guess we'll, actually go out and explore the world. And I'll explain more about that next episode. So, see y'all later, I guess.